All right.
What you want?
You're listening to The War Report, a wrestling and relationships podcast with your host, Vince Berry. The War Report is brought to you by TagMeADate.com, where wrestling night is date night. Sign up now, and your first month is free.
All right. We are live and in public, if you will, on a Tuesday night, baby. Thank you for tuning into the War Report. It is Tuesday, December 1st, 2015. Our 1-year anniversary and country music jamboree. Wait, nope. That's the New Day's gimmick. But thank you guys for tuning in. This is brought to you as usual by TagMeADate.com. I am your host, Vince Berry from Northeast Wrestling. Glad you could join us this evening. And, as I said before, it is our 1 year, not quite our 1 year, because I think our first actual podcast was like December 5th or something like that. But it was close enough. It fell on a Wednesday, and we're doing it, or a Tuesday rather, and we're doing it. So that's just the way it is. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll go around the horn here. I'll get to this our Friedman Vibe and our excuse me, and our lineup and all that in just a second. All right, how are things in your neck of the woods, Eric?
Okay, pretty good. Just came off of a big weekend for
I was going to say an awesome weekend.
WrestleCade. It was crowded. It was around. I'd say the convention center was about the same size as the one we had in Providence, but it was so much more crowded. It was crazy, but yeah, we got. I'm sure you saw. We got a lot of great pictures and some awesome tweets from a couple of people. We got one from Bill Apter. We got one from Joel Gertner, which was awesome. A lot of great pictures. Cool people. It was really cool.
The pictures. All I did was look at your Facebook and see the pictures, and then of course Tag Me a Date had them as well. But
Yep.
I mean that looked like a good time from where I'm sitting. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad everybody had a good experience there.
Yeah,
and,
we got a lot of positive feedback, especially with the ones that tweeted about us. And it was
now how about our friend Jasmine St. Clair?
She did a nice little 10-second video for us.
I did see that.
As people might have seen. She was very sweet in person.
Did you see it, Vince?
Yeah, I saw that video. I just, I didn't know what the experience was like because I think you were there during the weekend. Like you were you, Gimmick Tree, Jasmine, like you guys were all in the same area, right?
Yeah. She was basically at our table.
Sweet. And how did the candy bars go over?
Between us was Rebel. She was right next to us.
Oh, jeez, Rebel, Tanya. Oh my God, she's pretty. That girl.
She's really gorgeous in person. And Missy Hyatt was at our table also. And to the left of us was Bill Apter and Tom Pritchard, and we had Jimmy Hart on the other side, and a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, that's
Seems like
awesome.
there was a lot going on.
I got chopped by in the chest by Tom Pritchard. That was awesome. And I just want to mention something. Bill Apter is such an amazing guy. I got his book. Is Wrestling Fixed? I didn't know it was broken.
I didn't even
Such
get
an
to
amazing
know.
title. And before I move on to other people, because I just want to say my piece here.
Mhm.
He wrote something really nice to me and to Tag Me a Date specifically. He goes, "To my friend Eric, thank you for tagging a sincere friendship with me. I hope to see you at all these great events in the future. Your friend Bill Apter. See you at the matches."
That's awesome, man.
Love it.
Sorry, I love the pun.
I know he's got his own show and all that, but I would love to have Dave on here and just shoot the shit with him.
I've heard
Dave
him a
Meltzer,
few times on
any of those guys. You know what I mean? Apter, Meltzer, any of those guys.
Apter has already told Stacy it's a done deal. He's coming on our podcast.
Nice. Almighty
I'm just working out the details, but he will be on, and he's also going to have myself, the First Lady of Tag Me a Date on the Apter chat.
Excellent.
Nice.
That's
So-
good. I'm
That's
glad.
some good PR right
And
there.
I'm going to kind of jump in for a minute because not only did Eric and Stacy do a great job of representing Tag Me a Date and getting to see who are becoming some of our friends, which is just great, like Tom Pritchard and Bill Apter and so forth. So Stacy met with John Morrison. And John Morrison started asking her what the deal is with Tag Me a Date.
What's the deal with Tag Me a Date?
What is
Who are these people?
We all just go into our worst Seinfeld impression. Okay, there we go.
So Stacy tells him about Tag Me a Date, and he thinks it's fucking awesome. And he goes, listen, I'm actually in the process of filming a movie that has to pertain with dating site and dating and this and that.
It's
He
fucking
goes,
awesome.
would you guys help promote the movie? And Stacy says, well, yeah, we would do anything to, help you out. And
Right.
he goes, listen, I'd return the favor, I'll tweet and, and then maybe we could work on a project together. He goes, I think your concept is great. John Morrison has just under 1 million Twitter followers, and you got to figure, you're damn right, and you got to figure about 95% of them are women.
Oh, absolutely. He has I talk shit about it, and we used to talk shit about back in the day with his whole thing where he did the thing and it was slow motion.
Yeah,
It was corny as fuck, but I would love to see that again.
It was awesome. But Stacy's talking to him and then goes, well, can we start with the picture? And he goes, absolutely. And she goes, can you take your shirt off? And he goes,
She did say that. I was right next to her.
and he goes, yeah, no. He goes,
Wow.
my shirt off, you can come back later because I'm wrestling.
Damn.
But so my wife was hitting on John Morrison, and then
Would you rather have the Nasty Boys grabbing her ass? Or
well,
no?
now to go on that note, there's more to that, right? So the Nasty Boys were booked to be at WrestleCade, but they double booked themselves, so they weren't there. However, Greg the Hammer Valentine was there. So Greg the Hammer catches Stacy and goes, "Hey, you're Jerry's girlfriend." and Stacy goes, "Greg, that was all a joke, right?" And he goes, Jerry wasn't kidding, right? But can we just talk about the fact that Greg the Hammer fucking Valentine remembered my wife as Jerry Sax's girlfriend? And for some reason, I'm okay with this because he's a fucking nasty boy. That's awesome.
He's nasty. I mean, he lives up to the freaking.
Nasty.
That's wonderful.
That was actually.
All jokes aside, they did a great job. Ken Anderson thought Tag Me a Date was great. Stacy spent a lot of time with him. We have a great picture with him as well. Tatanka thought it was a great idea. Stacy said he was a sweetheart.
Awesome.
I mean, it was really,
Buffalo.
at the end of the day, we made some solid connections, and Tag Me a Date's only going to continue to grow. I can tell you, since WrestleCade, we've had another 200 signups on the site.
that's
Hell yeah.
awesome.
So, and you're talking that was
wonderful.
Sunday. So we're moving forward. We got big things happening. Special shout out to Charlie Armstrong, Gimmick Tree Entertainment, for making it all happen. Charlie's just a great guy and a friend and a partner, and we're excited to work with them. And I think I'll give someone else a shot. Ryan, what are you up to, bro?
Oh, had a great Thanksgiving. Raw was pretty decent. Seems like things are moving up. I'm loving the League of Nations.
We'll
I'm
get into
hoping
that.
that,
Don't go jumping the gun there, Chief. We'll
I'm
get
not
into that.
jumping the gun. I was teasing.
Can I tell you?
The teaser.
Did everybody else notice this here that Ryan on his he sends us Google documents, like a show outline and stuff, which is very helpful.
Yeah.
This week though it's different because it's all in Comic Sans.
Oh, I felt like going comics. I was feeling a little comic-y this week.
Nobody ever uses Comic Sans. That is
I know, that's exactly why I used it. No one does. Always keep them guessing.
My word. All right. Well, we do have a list, which is good.
Yep.
This is not wrestling related, but I am so happy the Patriots lost.
That was crazy.
Oh, that was the best.
I'm always
Everybody
happy
was-
when the Patriots lose.
Yeah. Oh no, we were all Broncos that night, man. We were all waiting for it to happen. Oh man. So yeah.
I was fine with. I'm not a big anti-Patriots fan, but
Yeah, but then you
In
see,
fact,
like, you expect the expected
Tore me
stuff
on my
happens the next
hole
day.
because I picked the Patriots because
Oh,
whoever.
you picked them.
Yeah.
Okay. See, this was everybody had the feeling this week though. Like even people who were like New England fans were like, oh, this could be the one. And then Gronkowski went down with that injury, and we're like, yep, there we are. That was the opening people were looking for.
Oh well.
Yeah. So do we have a 5? I know I was having some computer issues.
We
I was waiting for my
have
shit.
5 news reports, but that's
Can I just say something? Whether or not we have a 5,
we
Can
need
we
to
play
hear
this
it.
up?
we got to go with the 5 count anyway because
Yeah.
it's the only chance we get to hear the music.
And you're gonna get a 5 count. Do you hear that? You're gonna get a 5 count.
3 ain't enough, man. I need 5. Just keep them up. Full time, they keep your ass alive.
Oh, Eric, don't you dare be sour.
Cut a lap!
And feel the power.
So I'm gonna start with Raw if it's all right with you all because
Absolutely.
I got some
before,
things.
before
to
you start
say.
with Raw, I do have one question, but circling back to WrestleCade and all the other events that you guys are doing, or maybe just a comment to put out there. If you ever run into rugged Ronnie Garvin, Hands of Stone himself, please video, have him say hi, something for me. I'm a big fan.
I will have it. I will have it videoed of him giving me the Garvin stomp.
That would be
You
awesome.
know, damn, Vince, I wish you would have said something last week because I believe he was there.
Was he? Okay, because I wasn't
didn't-
sure. I
I
figured
didn't
he
see
might
him,
have
but
been.
it was like it was so crowded and there was so many people.
Oh, that was what I figured. That was the biggest. Okay, that was the biggest event. We'll get into Raw in a second, but I don't know if you heard, Steve and Ryan. You guys probably did because it's all over Facebook and Twitter and shit. But Eric was there. Were you there for the matches for WrestleCade?
No, I ended up leaving before that, but
Did you heard that Matt Hardy got fucked up, right?
Oh yeah, he got busted up real good.
God.
Yeah, it was a guitar shot by Jared, I believe.
Yeah. Now I haven't really read about it, but I hope it was just maybe a case of like somebody bought the wrong guitar.
23 stitches.
It was up to it was 23, and then I heard it was 38. So I heard the number was every time I heard it, the number got bigger. So I don't know what the actual number is, but it was fuck. Listen, anything that requires that many stitches is bad news.
As long as he's okay.
Yeah, it just reminds me of remember the time that Honky Tonk hit Jake the Snake with the guitar, and it was the wrong guitar.
I do remember that.
Oh my God! It was on that the Jake the Snake Pick Your Poison.
the Snake Pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
The
was
DVD,
on the,
you know that the best of DVD they did a couple
Yeah,
before Jake
yeah,
got clean. Yeah. Oh, then that's what Jake said was started his painkiller addiction because he hit him so fucking hard thinking it was gonna break that he just potatoed him with a real guitar and fucked him up. But anyway, Raw. Go ahead, Steve.
Well,
It's all you.
actually, before we get into Raw, I got one more WrestleCade story.
Excellent.
So, and you'll really appreciate this one because you're friendly with. So, Stacy gets to the hotel. She checks in. She gets in the elevator. Now, she's in the hotel with all the talent. So, she's basically going to probably be staying on floor that has quite a bit of talent. So, she gets in the elevator. The elevator door closes, gets up to her floor, opens, and first thing she sees, Booker T on a Segway flying up and down the hallways with Jeff Jarrett and Stevie Ray. And Stacy looks at Booker and goes, "You'd be the fucking one." And he started laughing. And then she saw him the next day at WrestleCade, and he says, "Get over here." So she comes over, and he goes, "That was you being the wise ass yesterday." And she goes, "I was just kidding." He goes, "No, I remember you." He goes, "Where do I know you from?" And she goes, "Lombardi, Randy Shawn, Northeast." He goes, "Oh, that's right. Tag me a date." He goes, "Nice." He goes, "Come on, let's take a picture." She goes, "Well, can I hold our postcard?" And he goes, "That we can't do." He goes, "We just got strict orders. We're not allowed
From
to do
WWE.
that."
Oh, yeah.
Right, and I had heard that too. In fact, Jimmy Hart, who was supposed to do a video promotion for us, could not do it.
Yeah, because he's on a
Because-
Legends deal. Yeah.
Right, and Vince made it very clear that that shit can't go down anymore. So
And anything unauthorized, anything unauthorized by WWE is cracked down upon now.
So that's my
From
WrestleGate
that
story.
fear.
What
But,
a shame.
yeah, so I thought it was fun. Like, Booker
I
T on a segue.
fully am not surprised at all that Booker T owns one of those hoverboard swagway things.
Yeah,
It just makes too much sense that he would have one.
yeah,
she
absolutely.
was-
It makes the
you're-
spinneroonie easier.
I've looked at them, but they're $200-300 plus, and I don't want to invest. I just want to try it. I want to ride around
I
on
found
a
them
little
up
bit.
here for 500.
Yeah, I found them on. If you go to AliExpress, like Alibaba.com, but AliExpress.com,
Yeah.
and it's they have them for like, I mean, they're like $2 something and then like $100 shipping because they ship from China. I order everything on AliExpress because it's all basically made from, like the small children that they pay 25 cents a day, make it and then ship it right to you. It doesn't make it to the States. It's all from the Chinese factories. Like you can get NFL jerseys for $20.
What's that site
Great.
again?
AliExpress.com. Please don't think this is a
ALI.
live read. It's not. I'm not getting paid by anybody. If I was getting paid by AliExpress, I'd have a nicer backdrop than what I have.
Sorry,
Yeah, no, you should check it out because I'm gonna get a Mason Crosby jersey because Mason Crosby is my favorite place kicker of all time.
I want to get a Browns
Green Bay
jersey,
Packers.
but I don't want to drop $150.
Yeah,
on
no,
a team.
I was just looking. They have and they'll stitch whatever you want. You
Yeah.
could get Behringer with your own number for
Yeah.
$20. I was looking for a Jerry Rice jersey for somebody, and I found it today. It's real cheap. But anyway, Raw. Yes, please get into. Somebody talk about it because
So,
I've had it. I couldn't even watch this week.
well, so see, here's the. I didn't think Raw was so terrible this week. I want to
so bad
start.
last week. I couldn't watch this.
I want to start with the League of Nations. It's on one hand, people have been very vocal about wanting a new type of faction, something new and different to happen. And WWE does that now by having the League of Nations, which, let me go on record by saying the name sucks. It makes sense. I understand why they came up with League of Nations because of who's in it. I've seen posts on Twitter that, great, now we have a faction full of jobbers, blah, 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 blah. First of all, Rusev is no jobber.
Nope.
Wade Barrett shouldn't be a jobber.
He is better than Cold Fish Llama.
Sheamus, even though I hate the fact that he's our champion, is no jobber.
He's a 4-time champion.
Right. So this is not a jobber faction. If anything, it gives all of them something to do and gives them new stories that they can work on, and I think it's a great fucking idea. And so that's first and foremost. The rest of Raw, I think it was okay. I like how they didn't treat us as stupid wrestling fans like they normally did. They had a story to explain the Lana situation. The story made sense. So I think they did the best that they could with it, and I think they did a good job. What's weird is that I saw more chemistry when Lana and Dolph Ziggler kissed in the ring than I did with Rusev and Lana, and Rusev and Lana are truly actually engaged, which is kind of weird. Like, that should seem more real to me. So that's just poor acting.
There's no Macho and Liz.
Well, nobody will ever be Macho and Liz, but and I think overall, Raw was. I mean, the main event was stupid.
I thought that entire thing was dumb.
I mean, 7-on-3 or whatever the fuck. I mean, seriously, it was fucking retarded.
But
Also,
I mean,
I didn't like the
7-on-4. Then
I mean, that was just horrible booking.
I didn't like that championship match thing either.
No, because it was 5 minutes and 15 seconds, and then it's a DQ anyway. I mean, you had to see that coming.
Right.
So it was just fucking stupid. And I mean, parts of Raw were definitely the shits. But there were some good decent parts of Raw. I think overall it was. If I had to give it a rating, I would say this week was a B-.
Yeah. Okay. Solid.
That seems about fair.
I like Paige on commentary. I think she did. I loved what they did with Charlotte.
Yeah, that was great.
I loved seeing Rick because Rick is always great, but I love what they did with Charlotte being the dirtiest girl in the game.
Are they going to roll this into a heel thing, or you think?
I think they should.
I mean, that was a heel move. So to
Yeah,
me, this is the beginnings of a heel turn. You know, somebody else said, no, this is going to be a Becky heel turn. That doesn't make sense to me. If anything, it's going to kind of turn Paige face again because Charlotte's going to be the heel. So, but that's the one thing that drives me nuts because it's like make a commitment. You know, you just turned Paige heel and she's a good heel. Let her play it out. If you're going to turn her already, that's a mistake. But I can't see her staying heel and now Charlotte turning heel. Although you could always turn Sasha Banks. But again, I think that's a bad move because I like what they're doing with Team Bad and I don't think that she should turn yet. The crowd loves her anyway. So that's my
Team Bad need to be honorary members of the New Day and just jump in and out when they need to.
Oh, and that's one other thing. I officially go on record to say.
Uh-oh.
I am 100% a New Day fan.
Oh,
100%. They are just funnier and funnier every fucking week. Sometimes they make the whole Raw. And the fucking trombone kills me.
Yeah.
Did you see the segment with the shop, Cyber Monday?
No, I haven't seen it.
It was hilarious, bro. They had a new shirt and the trombones in it. Dude, it was hilarious.
Oh, I saw a red shirt.
The unicorn horn on it.
Yeah, unicorn horn on it.
The last weird segment I saw was apparently Mark Henry. How did he have some kind of acid trip after eating like a hamburger or something last week? Like he had some weird hallucination where El Torito was JBL, but he was El Torito sized, and like El Torito was dressed like JBL waving around a cowboy hat. I don't know what the fuck that was all about.
So he was tripping major balls last week.
Seriously.
That's why he wasn't on Raw this week. He was recovering from tripping so many balls.
Yeah, apparently the people from HR Puffin stuff kind of developed that segment.
Well, I think they're doing it more and more. Now we've got, apparently Goldust decided that he didn't want to tag with Booker anymore, but he still needed a spunky, ethnic, from the streets black guy, so he got Titus O'Neil to tag with him.
The Titus and Stardust things are funny though.
Yeah,
I think that, but I wonder what's gonna happen. Like, are they gonna if they keep Goldust and Titus as a pairing? Could you imagine like Goldust and Titus just being those guys that annoy Stardust? They just show up and annoy them.
That was a good segment.
I would love any if every week they just interrupted. Like he could have like a whole little lab set up with like beakers of different colored shit with like dry ice like in smoke pouring out of them, and then Titus could just come over and then he knocks it all over and it all breaks. I would just do that. I don't even.
He came out last week. He's like, you got
Titus's bark never goes old. Bark never goes old ever.
I liked him, and it's gonna sound really corny, but and everybody kind of gave him shit about this, but at the time, but that "Make It a Win" speech that he gave at NXT,
right?
When he got eliminated.
When his beginning and stuff.
I thought that was nice. I'm a big fan of him. I don't know, and I hate to say it like this, but like Kofi was the only black guy they pushed aside from like Booker T for about 10 years now. And now
Mark Henry had a good run.
Mark Henry had a good run. Maybe D'Lo.
Those 2 wins over Orton were pretty dominant.
Mark Henry has some of the best and worst booking WWE has ever had, because he'll be out there sexual chocolate impregnating old women, which is entertaining, but not it's not world championship material. But the best he ever
had the Hall of Pain.
Right, the best he ever was that retirement speech where he beat the shit out of Cena.
Yeah, that was great.
He should have won the title.
I got a lot left in the tank.
That would have been a nice, quick, like month-long title change.
He was wearing that pink Kool-Aid jacket.
Oh my God, the whole thing was great because everybody bought it.
I bought it.
It was brilliant.
Yeah, I bought it. I was like, this is great. I mean, he's retiring. You feel bad for the guy, but whatever. And then that happens. You're like, yes. And the worst part is everybody cheered. Yeah, like he was supposed to be a big heel.
Yeah,
and everybody was like, "Yeah, do it again, one more time."
I think Henry would have had a better run if he didn't get hurt as much.
Yeah. Oh, he
I
would.
think he
One time
definitely would have had a WWE title run if he didn't have as many injuries.
well, he like split his patella in half at one time. That's a fucking terrible injury.
Not blaming him or anything. Or
No, I know.
WWE. I mean, you can't put the big title on someone.
It
who-
always seemed. Yeah, it always seemed like he was on the cusp of something.
But when
And
they did give him the belt during the Hall of Pain era around 2011, it was really entertaining.
and
He had that brutal match with Sheamus at SummerSlam, beat Orton for the title at Night of Champions, and then he went on this run for the rest of the year.
And that thing with Big Show where they blew up the ring again, like Show did with Lesnar. That was a nice. I always like when the ring falls apart. I'm sure Tony Chimmel hates it because he has to go. You know. set the shit
I
back up.
love the first time because you could clearly hear Taz say, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. I mean, that was a holy shit moment.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
I love the initial, like, the referee shakes and then second ring bump, like the ring shakes again and then he falls.
they never had the ring break for Earthquake though. John Tenta were still alive, he'd be protesting. He'd be like, "This is unacceptable." Triple H. Yeah, I really hated that the beat the clock title match idea because
I liked how Triple H and Stephanie kept upping the odds.
right, but the thing that I didn't like was that means that either there's going to be a screw job finish, which there was, or the worst idea was that Roman Reigns wins the world title in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Less than 5, and that's just after such a quick title change, hot shot thing.
Yeah.
On the pay-per-views, they could have done it as a reaction to the low ratings, but they didn't.
It felt like the episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back. The whole, I have altered this deal. Pray that I alter no further.
Every time it was like, yeah, Ambrose doesn't get a shot. Then the Usos don't get a shot. And then somebody that WWE creative Twitter account goes says to The Rock, Stephanie just said that if Roman Reigns doesn't win his match, WWE can't promote your next movie.
He actually responded.
Yeah, he's like, that's fucking funny. And I'm like, oh no, don't. He knows.
Let me chime in for a sec here because I'm confused a little bit. You know how they had this segment with the Usos and the Lucha Dragons backstage?
Yeah.
And they're both wanting the tag title shot. And Stephanie's like, okay, Lucha Dragons, you're in. Usos, you're in, but only if Roman Reigns wins. But Reigns didn't win, but is it still a triple threat tag title match?
Reigns did win the match. He won by disqualification.
Right, but he didn't. Okay, he won the match, but
so because he won by disqualification, all those other matches are happening, including Ambrose's IC title match, because he technically won. Right. And that's why they had to end it in a DQ, because otherwise Sheamus would have had to lose the title already. Which
yeah, and that's why I think people
honestly I would have been fine with that. Sheamus. I'm sorry. I would have preferred a corporate Roman Reigns in a suit.
That would have worked.
Oh, yeah.
I think if he's going to wear a suit, he has to take that shit out of his beard, the Sheamus.
Yeah.
The dingleberries, as Stacey likes to say.
The dingleberries.
Like I get the idea behind the dingleberries is that, like, you know, Celtic warriors are on the battlefield and they'd wear bangles on their faces and intimidation or whatever the fuck. It's wonderful. I understand it. Do it for matches.
But I wonder if their opponents back in the day said, "You look stupid" across the battlefield.
Yeah, I would have grabbed him. I'm waiting for that. The day that, and I'm hoping it's not Reigns. I'm hoping it's Ambrose because he'll do something funny with it. That somebody finally just grabs the little hooks on his face. You know, they're targets. They're shiny. They jingle. You can just grab them. And
shit, Captain Lou had the rubber band.
That would be hilarious.
Could you imagine Dean Ambrose? They're about to lock up, and instead of going for a collar and elbow, he just grabs his beard.
See, that's something, and that the late Roddy Piper would have done.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, he would have like if Roddy Piper would have
had a field day with that.
Piper would have been a good guy to pair with Sheamus because I can imagine Piper cutting a promo and then just like feeling Sheamus's beard while cutting the promo.
I did like when the New Day was speaking, and then Kofi and Xavier kind of formed one Sheamus briefly. And,
Yeah, the
fella!
whole fusion. Now we'll fuse. You.
And again, like Steve said, anything New Day is in is just
Oh, that was
entertaining.
I love the whole. It's a celebration.
Oh no!
The New Day, like, I guess they're not in the League of Nations because they're the New Day, but they could be in the League of Nations. Kofi is from Guyana, right? They're all not. And
I mean, he really is from there.
right.
What's Big E? Where is he? Hailing from?
I think he's Is he Trinidadian or Haitian?
I'm pulling that up right
The
now.
Caribbean islands, yeah.
He's
pretty
from
sure.
Tampa, Florida.
I just assumed he was from Trinidad or something because he's just like I mean, maybe that makes me a big racist. But I mean, Afro-Caribbean
You're probably
immigrants.
thinking of Ezekiel Jackson when he was around. He was from like South America somewhere.
Ezekiel Jackson, Big Zeke. He's on Lucha Underground now, right? But yeah, so Big E is Afro-Caribbean. Wonderful. I'll take that. He's a big fucking guy. Like I just.
Oh yeah, that guy.
The dude
That's
is
really all you can say about him. Like, have you ever
His
watched him
thighs
do
are bigger than my body.
Have you ever watched him do the weightlifting stuff at Cena's gym? It's all on YouTube, and Cena has his gym, and he puts all the records up. Like they paint him on the wall, and Big E's up there a couple times because he's just a big
And
motherfucker.
those pelvic thrusts are just hysterical.
His
not-
face
That's
is.
not very PG.
They're not PG at all. The Blue Meanie. They need to have Meanie and Big E.
Oh.
Speaking
you
of
saw the
Meanie-
picture, right? Meanie was at WrestleCade.
I know Meanie was.
was very
Gertner
cool.
was there. You got a picture with Joel.
Joel Gertner was awesome. Oh, he put us over. He loved the idea. He tweeted about us.
He wants Stacy and I to go on his podcast, Eargasms.
The
Nice.
69-minute orgasm.
The 69-minute eargasm. I'm friends with him on Facebook. I talk to him very, very infrequently. I'll comment on some stuff.
If you will.
He told Stacy that he'll come on the podcast too.
He's the fucking man. I know some people. There are people that I know that don't like him, but I
Did
like
you
him.
see he had the fur coat, the neck brace, and the bow tie around the neck brace?
Yeah.
He was standing next to fucking Johnny Fairplay.
So he tweeted this out, right after meeting Stacy. He goes, "I just met the brains behind the beauty of @TagMeADate. Why swipe right or swipe left when you could tag a partner and swipe? Hashtag well. And then he tweets out, hashtag beauty is only skin deep, but beauty and hashtag wrestling fandom is a joy forever. Check out @TagMeADate, hashtag put the moves on. And it's accompanied with this picture.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh.
That was
I love that face.
Hilarious.
He's
The things that he used to say, like when introducing like the Dudleys or whatever, he was just hysterical. In ECW.
Or that time, the ECW reunion show, the one night stand where he begged for a job. That was pretty good.
Oh,
I thought
yeah,
they would give him.
forgot
I
about
thought they would give him something after that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because they were hiring all those ECW guys. I figured Gertner was a shoo-in for that. So speaking of ECW, what's the deal with apparently Tommy Dreamer is with the Dudley Boys against the Wyatts?
Well, apparently Tommy Dreamer had some extra time available because TNA canceled their Indian tour their tour of India.
Right.
So this was like a perfect thing. So I guess he contacted them and said, "I have some free time." So they wrote this in. He has not signed a new contract. So I think this is a short-term little thing.
Good.
It was cool, the promo before with the tables in the ring with the Wyatt family members.
Yeah,
And
I
the
saw
big
that.
one for Strowman.
Yeah, the big-ass table for Strowman.
Wonderful.
The promo the Dudleys cut a good promo. It was nice throwback to the Dudley 10 Commandments.
They finally did the commandments. I was waiting for that.
Took long enough.
Oh, I loved it. No, we need a Spike Dudley return.
I just-
That's
I was
the
just-
one
Yeah, we
match.
need Spike there. There are so many Dudleys, and Spike would be the one to.
Or maybe just bring back all, like, have just a backstage segment and just bring back all the Dudleys.
Dances with
You should
Dudley.
have sign guy Dudley in the audience.
Just have some random, like, backstage where it's just like that the Dudley,
Who's the one that-
Bubba and Devon
Who's the one
walking.
that died?
Big
Was
Dick?
it Big
No.
Dick Dudley?
I think Big Dick Dudley might have died.
Did he?
I'm gonna research that.
Did you know that the Bushwhackers played Dudleys at one point?
Yeah, he died.
There was Dances with Dudley.
Dances with Dudley was their Native American
Dudley
brother.
Dudley. Studley Dudley, I think there was.
Dudley, I mean, there's a list somewhere, I'm sure, and there's a list.
well,
I always
kind of
like
right
sign
now.
guy Dudley though.
Sign Guy, yeah, Sign Guy was fun. Sign Guy, then WCW stole that and was like
They gave that to Lodi.
Lodi. I like Lodi. Lodi, I'm Facebook friends with Lodi too. Lodi was one of my favorites. Him and Lenny Lane, the West Hollywood Blondes.
I actually liked the Flock, Ravens group in WCW.
Oh yeah,
That
I was
pretty cool.
I was a big fan. They did, they had
Scotty Riggs was doing nothing, and then they had the whole thing with the eye patch. Got it, that match
Yeah.
with Raven, and then I mean, like since Bagwell did well in the NWO, so Riggs was just kind of there. Sick Boy,
Yeah.
Van Hammer, Ron Reese.
Yeah, right. Big Reese. What the fuck were they ever gonna do with that guy if he
Saturn.
wasn't in the Flock?
I like that little speech Saturn gave to all of them and said, "Kidman, go win yourself the cruiserweight title." When they did the whole Saturn Raven feud.
And then when Saturn won the match to free the Flock from Raven.
Yeah, it was good writing.
Oh, I don't know how I keep muting myself.
Oh no, you did a
weird.
good job there.
I know, right? So I don't know how I keep muting myself here, but like that whole WCW thing that's my jam. I love that stuff. I never really watched.
I didn't watch a
until-
lot of WCW until it was on the network. Actually.
I didn't watch a lot of WWF actually when I was a kid because I was watching WCW at the time, and then when the Monday Night Wars came on, I was watching both, and then eventually I just I had to transition just to WWE once they went out of business, which sucked, but.
Yeah, just listening to all the backstage stuff, it's a shame WCW went under.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Bischoff would have had something if he would have
Yeah,
got
that's-
that fusion deal going on.
That fusion.
Biggest problem in WCW, which everybody says, was the backstage politicking and the way they did their contracts. They gave their talent way too much say-so,
Oh well, yeah.
and that was the
Hogan,
problem.
Nash.
Right, Hogan, Nash, Hall, all the guys that deflected, they just gave way too much power and control, and they ran the asylum, and they ran it into the ground, unfortunately.
Hogan got to basically book himself
Yeah.
for like 10 years, which is
Did
not
you?
great.
Oh, speaking of Hulk, did you see that his? I think we might have touched on this. His leaked WCW contract.
Yeah, we talked about that a while
Yeah,
back.
those leaked contracts, unbelievable.
It's kind of ridiculous, though, that somebody would leak his contracts. It's like none of our business, to be honest.
No, it just
I mean, you know what?
shows
I
how
am
much.
getting tired of people drudging up old shit
Yeah,
just to make it. I mean,
but it does
Even
just
the- even
show
that,
what
uh,
happened.
Even that
it's-
comment that got him fired from WWE. That was what 8 years ago, before when it was found out.
yeah. I mean, look, I don't agree with his
Right.
views, but at the same time, it's old. It's old news. Just let's move on. This is fucking ridiculous.
I'm actually more bothered by the fact where his mind was when he was saying that. You have a guy who is on top of the world, and now
He was
at that
going through a
time,
lot
he
of
was
shit at the
suicidal.
time, too. I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying what he said was right, but I'm just saying you have a guy who's thinking about killing himself, and you're more worried about what he said than what he was thinking about doing.
Right. No, I never liked that they would. I never like any time that somebody's like, "Oh, we brought this up." Well, when did it happen? Well, it was like 7, 8 years ago. Okay, and where did it happen? Well, it was in his bedroom. Well, why did it happen? What happened in his
If
bedroom?
I had one message to Hulk, I would say, do not be friends with Bubba the Love Sponge anymore.
Oh, okay. Listen, I'm glad you brought up Bubba because here's the news that I heard, and it will tie in with something else I'll tell you in a second. Bubba's producer Brent, or no, it was Spice Boy. It wasn't
Spice
Brent.
Boy. It was
It was
Spice
Spice Boy that gave it up. A couple years ago, Brent took a tape of Bubba the Love Sponge when he was in like the early '90s. He tried to be a rapper, and it was some terrible stuff. It was really
It
fucking
sounds
bad.
bad.
It's really bad. So Brent, without Bubba's permission, took the tape and gave it to Howard Stern, and then Howard played it on the air and busted his balls for about a week with the audio, and then they played audio of Bubba yelling at Brent about how it was like a betrayal of his trust and all this shit, and I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, what now? How does that feel? You there's a tape that you didn't want out, and it was stuck in your vault somewhere, and then somebody gave it to somebody without permission. Suck a dick. Like,
Yeah.
like I
He's
know
the worst
maybe it's
best
not.
friend ever.
Bubba's listen. All I need to know about Bubba is that he said some shit about Haiti, and when that earthquake hit, and then Awesome Kong knocked him the fuck out. That's all I need to know about Bubba the Love Sponge.
And wasn't there a moment in TNA where Mick Foley hit him or something, or threw him out of the building or something like
Yeah,
that?
that was like his last day there. Foley was like, I don't know if he was the new GM. There was always some bullshit.
He was some weird form of authority figure. I can't remember. I actually watched TNA just to see Mick Foley.
The tweak and tweet connection.
Yes.
Him and Jeremy Borash, that was a good pairing because Jeremy Borash.
The good name of Jethro Holiday.
Jeremy Borash would just have to play the straight man to all the bullshit that Mick was doing, and it was great because that's where Borash was the best. He was just a straight man for everything. We're actually talking about TNA. Oh, I get that. Did I tell you? I looked on my thing, my dish network.
Yeah.
And I actually get Pop TV. I don't get Destination America because I'd have to pay more a month. But it turns out I have the right package for Pop TV, so.
I haven't even looked to see if I have Pop TV.
I'm looking right now, actually. I'm kind of, now that you mention it, I'm interested to see if I get that.
Now, I also want to see if I get Comet, because that new station that just came out a couple weeks ago, Comet, is that one.
Ring of Honor?
I have nothing.
Ring of Honor, yeah.
I may not like all of what TNA does, but I want to see them succeed.
I want somebody to succeed. I don't necessarily know if it's TNA that I want to succeed. I want someone.
Yeah, that's what I
up.
want someone to be #2 company, but unfortunately, we have TNA, Ring of Honor.
Right.
Anyone else have a TV deal that I'm missing out? I mean, Lucha Underground has one, but they're seasoned, so that isn't going to be quite.
And we're still waiting for Jarrett's thing to get off the ground.
They've filmed the pilot, but nobody's.
I gotta say that I went to a GFW event, and that was. I preferred going to my local indie over the GFW. I hate the baseball stadium scene.
I don't particularly like it either. I work baseball stadiums.
It feels bush league. It feels.
It doesn't.
Really,
well, it feels bush league if you don't have enough people there.
Yeah. Oh, they definitely did not have enough people there.
Yeah, that's the issue. Like when I worked them, I don't get Comet. You can go to comettv.com and put in your zip code. I don't
think I have either.
They only have 78 markets. I know they reach 60% of the U.S., but it's a nationwide over-the-air digital network. So I might get it. Wow.
It's another sci-fi network.
It is, and it doesn't show its first run. It's all old shit. Johnny Sacco and His Flying Robot, which is like a Japanese dub. Men into Space, which is an old black and white one. The Outer Limits and Stargate.
I don't get it either.
They're going to be showing Dead Like Me, which I really like. So maybe I'll hope that they get the network. If you've never watched Dead Like Me, it's a great show. It was on like Showtime.
I can't say I've seen it. What's it about?
It was a girl.
trying
Right, not
to
the
run away
hijack.
from.
Head Like Me, if you need a show to watch, it's actually pretty good. It's only about 2 seasons long, and then they did a movie, 2 or 3 seasons and then a movie, and then they really should have kept it going. It was a girl that died and then became a Grim Reaper.
Oh,
Yeah, and they're all like
I know
regular-looking
exactly.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember. I swore I heard the name before.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show.
Alright.
But Ring of Honor, Comet, I really hope it does well. I
Hope Lucha Underground does well.
Yes, I
enjoy-
want to. That's another network I don't get, which pisses me off.
I don't understand what they were. It's kind of weird that the whole Del Rio situation with that.
Yeah, and then I kind of thought, I don't know if you remember last year when they ended Lucha Underground, they had a guy spray painting big question mark on a billboard,
Yeah.
and I thought well, there's only one guy I know who uses a question mark who's a Mexican wrestler, but I haven't heard any word of Ray being involved, so I'm not sure what.
There was rumors that he was gonna be. It's that whole TV deal, and if they're gonna have a season 2, I think that's what really killed Del Rio being involved. Nothing was certain. I mean, it's still not certain that when it's starting and.
I know they're taping it. I have no idea when it's starting, but they've started taping Lucha Underground. They redid the sets. I guess the Aztec Temple or whatever it is. They kind of gave it a fresh coat of paint. And then the one spoiler is that Katarina or whatever her name is running the show now. Like there's gonna be the mystery at the beginning of the season is like where's Dario Rosario, whatever the fuck his name is.
He did a lot better job saying his name than I would.
I don't even know. It's like Dario something.
I know exactly, but
then the girl is like, what is she Asian or something? The girl Angela Fong? No, that's not her. That's a different girl, right? Who's because there's like there is Ivelisse, Sexy Star, and then Katarina. I don't even know. I mean, they've got a good roster though.
I'm terrible with names, so don't ask me.
I think I'm gonna have to check it out. Channel 253 on Dish Network. I hope I have the right Dish Network package for that. Yeah. Oh geez, so one of the guys on Facebook posted a picture. It's a picture of Spike that says "What we want," and then a picture of Tommy Dreamer that says "What we got." Rude. I think there's still opportunity.
Oh, there's plenty of there's still another Wyatt still are one up.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because I mean, they gotta have 4-on-4. Even though here's what I don't understand: they're doing all this 4-on-4 or 7-on-3 or whatever bullcrap 2 weeks after the Survivor Series. You had a whole pay-per-view dedicated to 4-on-4 or 5-on-5 matches, and you're doing them 2 weeks later.
I think the whole fact that you had to crown a new champ really through. For all we knew, this is where they wanted to go.
Right, and they could have done. Because I can see.
They could have held off on
Usos. Yeah, but those guys versus the European Union or the League of Nations or whatever else.
You could easily had that at Survivor Series, but you had to have the tournament.
Right.
I'm kind of glad. I think Roman Reigns probably would have been booed out of that stadium, beating Rollins.
You know what? Reigns was pretty damn over in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
he was. It was impressive. What?
But he needs to not. He thinks too much. Like he looks like
you see the gears moving in his head every time he's.
Maybe the promo thing isn't for him. Maybe we need to not have him.
Turn him into Goldberg.
Goldberg was very successful.
I don't like that they haven't made him let go of the Shield at all.
Yeah, he's
the only guy
Shield.
that still uses the Shield.
Like
stuff.
Rollins did something else, Ambrose did something else. Let him do something else. I don't want to hear Shield's music again until the Shield reforms. You know? Shield was so badass, and Reigns was so badass in the Shield.
Yeah, it was so great seeing the group of them. And
I kind of think you're nitpicking on something like minimal.
I don't. I want.
Well, no, I mean,
Roman
I don't
Reigns.
really care either way. I'm just saying.
I want to see a Roman Reigns character, not Roman Reigns of the Shield.
Believe that.
I hate that phrase so much. I don't know why, but it just grinds my gears.
Put him and Bo Dallas together. Believe that.
Yeah.
No.
Believe that.
No.
Oh, speaking of new segments, Adam Rose had this
Hilarious.
Yeah,
really
his
funny,
little.
weird segment. The Rose Bush or whatever it was
Yeah.
called.
He's like doing like TMZ type news now, but like wrestling related.
Like
Is
gossip
it good or is it bad?
It was pretty funny.
Okay.
It was pretty
He's-
He
funny.
did a good job with it.
Good
I was
personality.
I cringed when he first came on,
I
and
did.
then he started talking. I was like, this is actually kind of funny.
He
Yeah.
got into the character a lot more
Yeah.
than. I don't know. I still like the whole Rosebud thing.
Yeah, I like that. It just didn't. I'm surprised it didn't get over.
Then he
Um,
turned
I
heel.
think-
When he turned heel, he became this like the party pooper.
Right.
That was like lasted for a couple of weeks or something.
and now
I
he's back
think,
to being himself.
The whole party thing, you had to get the crowd used to it. Oh, at NXT, it wasn't.
Right.
The
it took
crowd
them-
wasn't.
Yeah.
Once you build everyone going with it,
The
Yeah.
worst.
huge.
The worst was when they put him with Rosa, and he goes, "I love us."
That's wonderful. Have you guys heard? Okay, have you guys heard this guy on YouTube? He kind of makes parody songs, like parody entrance themes of the WWE superstars. All right, I got to give this one a listen, just because Eric said something.
Roman Reigns, the guy with the biggest pecs. Roman, the guy who has lots of sex. Roman Reigns, the guy with the wettest hair. Roman Reigns, the guy who just doesn't care. Roman.
I think that would get Roman Reigns over.
He really like if
That should be his new theme.
that should be his new thing. I would be so okay with it. He would need to have the guy come to the ring with him like Road Dogg.
Just kind of have the guy walk down the ramp while
I would
Reigns
love
comes
that.
out of the crowd.
That'd be insane.
Yeah, that would definitely get Roman Reigns over right there.
Like I just don't.
That's what's missing.
He doesn't have. There are all the main eventers now have these instrumental only on a loop, like
Yeah.
30 to 90-second long entrance themes, and they all fucking run together. Because I couldn't tell you the difference between Kevin Owens' theme and Seth Rollins' theme. And I'm sure,
The intros for them are like,
yeah, and like
I
Dean
love-
Ambrose has the motorcycle,
yeah.
and, you know. So, but they all have these instrumental songs. Nobody has lyrics aside from like Tyler Breeze, and like then you go
Randy
down
Orton.
the card. Right. How many
Like,
times
I love
did you hear
Edge's theme.
I am a real American? It gets you fucking hype. Like I feel like maybe Roman Reigns needs a new song with
Or
words.
like Edge's theme.
Yeah.
Yes, on this day, and you just get hype. Yeah. Maybe Roman needs a new song. That could be.
You
You
can
can
do
look
that.
at what you can't touch.
Maybe-
Primo!
I don't know. I was gonna say at least it's not Primo.
Oh, let me. I gotta stop you right there.
Oh, buddy.
Oh no.
Steve, I don't know if you have. I know you've been playing 2K16 nonstop since it came out.
I just got it in the mail today.
And, oh, nice.
I only
And
paid $30 for it. Thank you, Best Buy.
I don't know if
Nice.
you've noticed this, but I was playing the universe, and I was the Bellas against whoever. One of the Bree does the Bremo taunt, and she yells it. You can hear it in the game.
Oh yeah, they all do. Like even
It's hysterical.
Rusev will like scream "crush" and like all that. It's hilarious.
Oh, I saw the
I
funniest
just
thing.
doing the barking and R-Truth saying "What's up?" It's hysterical.
I saw a great custom entrance of Brock Lesnar doing Tyler Breeze's selfie entrance.
Okay. I'd like to see that.
I mean, shit. I used to play when I used to play No Mercy. I always used to put like Undertaker and Kane and somebody else as Rikishi and Too Cool. Just to see them
Yeah,
dance.
just to see the.
And then
That
there
was
was the
great.
one that was it was like Brock Lesnar and somebody else doing the Funkadactyls.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the
Brock
pom-poms
Lesnar.
and the...
Who was it? I can't remember who the other
Might
guy
have been
was.
like Kevin Owens, maybe, or someone.
I
No,
don't know,
not
it might
Kevin
have been-
Owens.
Yeah, it might have been Owens.
That's too funny.
But that's funny.
Oh man.
I used to mess up my friend's game with that. He used to get pissed at me because I'd put like funny entrances for people.
Just go in and screw every entrance. Think here comes the pain, and it's
Do you remember the old what was it? No Mercy on the N64.
that was great.
I
That was
love
one of the greatest wrestling games ever.
WrestleMania
That was
2000 and No
wrestling.
Mercy are some of the best. I mean, all the ones, even going back to like World Tour and Revenge, those were good. But No Mercy, you could do the custom characters, but then if you ran out of full character slots, if you were okay with the characters having the same move set, you could have 4 different looking characters on
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
person.
I used to love that.
I had, who did I have? I had like Rocky Balboa and K Quick, which was R-Truth back in the day, as the same slot, because I gave them both the shake, rattle, and roll that
Yeah.
Road Dogg would do. So I figured, they're both boxing. Let's just, let's give them
Yeah.
both the same moveset.
That works.
My creative character, my custom character was fucking badass, though. Every move was a power bomb or something like that. Because it was like, you could set different moves, and I'm sure now
Yeah.
it's a little bit different, but like it was always like, oh, okay, you could do like a sheer drop power bomb, or you could do like this power bomb, or like all these really. I would just made sure that my guy did like the most egregious shit.
Because
Um,
yeah, I mean, a couple of games ago, like I don't know if it was 2013 or 14, whichever game it was. One of them had like superstar threads, so you can change the colors and shit.
Yeah.
And they took that away, and I'm kind of mad because I like to do that. I set up like different colors for almost every single guy. You know,
Oh,
I want something different. I had their special WrestleMania kind of attire with it was like
Yeah.
special that you would only see at the pay-per-views or something.
I'm pretty sure I tried to make Ronnie Garvin in like WWE 2K14, and there were so few options, and like I tried to go into the name thing, and I'm looking for like, because they have those pre-recorded, like when the announcer, they didn't have. I was trying to look for like Hands of Stone or something where you could like make it like there was no stone, there was no cold, so you couldn't even make like a fake Stone Cold. You know what I mean? And there was no, you couldn't call him Ron or Ronnie. Like none of the voice options worked. I'm like, you go into the ring, here comes Champ, and I'm like,
Yeah, that's always worse. And especially before they add names. Here comes the superstar. Here comes the champ.
Starman.
Starman.
Starman was
you.
the shit.
I used to play as the Amazon because he would bite people.
But another one of my favorites was going to the arcade and playing WrestleFest.
Yeah,
Loved
Wrestle. All right, so I guess next week we do a top 5 wrestling video games.
it. Apparently,
That's what we have to do. I think that's
That sounds
in the
about good.
cards.
because 3 ain't enough, man. I need 5.
3 isn't. No, it's definitely not. You need 5. You absolutely need 5.
How about Randy Orton being out for Mania?
Randy Orton, what the hell happened? Because
He
the
needs
last
second surgery.
right,
2 surgeries now.
is it all from the because the injury? Not that it was the tipping point was he was throwing the trash out and tore his shoulder up. Right?
Yeah. And then now he needs neck.
Jesus Christ, that
How
sucks.
many-
That really
Look
sucks.
at all these people that are out right now.
Yeah.
Cesaro just sustained an injury. You got Rollins out. You got Zayn is finally returning soon.
Yeah, he's coming pretty. I think they're gonna hold off till Rumble for him.
Yeah, I mean maybe
That'd
they
be
get
great.
back down in NXT to.
Well, Zayn's gonna do some NXT stuff for a little bit in very soon, until at least until the Rumble, and then I think
Balor.
what could happen is they have some kind of tournament, and the winner of the tournament gets in NXT, and the winner of the tournament or the Battle Royal gets to be in the Royal Rumble.
like
and
Bo
then-
Dallas.
So then when Kevin Owens is in the, let's say Owens is in the Rumble by himself, he threw out a bunch of people. Then Sami Zayn comes out. He does like the Foley did to Orton in 2004. They both go out of the ring and beat the shit out of each other,
Oh, that'd be
and you have a
wonderful.
WrestleMania match right there.
Yeah, but it makes too much sense, so they'll never do it.
Of course not.
And Kurt Angle retired
Yeah, Kurt Angle
from
announced
TNA
his
after
retirement.
the European tour, from what I heard.
But you notice he was very careful in his wording. He said he retired from
from
TNA, not from WWE.
I think he's
Not
going
from
to
pro wrestling.
You
I
never
don't
know.
shouldn't. He shouldn't wrestle anymore. Let's be fair. I think for his health's sake, and I've seen the guy a couple times, maybe he should slow down.
If the guy wants to do MMA for a little bit, he's
No, he's touched in the head. He's not going to do MMA.
Oh, I'm not saying that he isn't touched in the head. That's exactly what I'm getting at. He is touched in the head, and he's not going to stop until. I
Right.
think he deserves one final, like maybe a Mania
Yes.
match, like
No, I agree. I
build
think
up to it.
he should get like him and Chris. That's what it should be. It should be all those guys who they retired without telling us. Like Christian, Kurt Angle can be in there because he just announced his. But like WWE for all intents and purposes tried to retire him when they were like, you can work ECW. Why don't you take some time off? They were rid of him in like 07 or 06 or whatever. It was like, I'm over it. But well, yeah. So Randy Orton was. Is it a neck thing related to the shoulder thing? Are they separate things?
Not that it just seems like it was from what the report said. It just was
worse.
Yeah, it was worse than they thought it was, and they just said he needs surgery.
I might be one of the few Randy Orton fans left.
I know.
I'm a Randy Orton fan for sure.
Because I never want to see him wrestle Sheamus again. But
Oh God,
I really like Randy Orton.
He's that good in the ring, but
He is. He really.
He's very smooth
wrestler
and
from the bottom up, Michael. You would pick Randy Orton.
Randy Orton. He's very smooth and fluid. You know.
Yeah,
He's got that perfect look. You know.
that fucking drop kick.
yeah, that is
standing
beautiful.
drop kick. Yeah.
The standing drop kick is just.
He's got so much. You know. That every wrestler would want.
And yet, they keep making him wrestle
Yeah.
these fucking matches with Sheamus.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't want to see that match ever again.
No.
At least give us a year with no match.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe after a year.
Maybe it'll be fresh again in 2016 or 17. We'll see.
You know what's weird? You never know who is going to have good chemistry with each other. And oddly enough, Sheamus and Big Show actually had good chemistry in the ring.
Yeah,
They had. Remember when he brought out that big fucking chair to hit Big Show with, the comically oversized steel chair? I don't even know where they could have made something like that.
I don't know, but that was great. I love the comically oversized, or Big Show's comically oversized ladder.
Oh my God, the Big Show sized ladder. I was gonna say Big Show. People talk shit about the Big Show, and I understand he's been around for a long time. But let me tell you something. I was watching like 1999. He was over as fuck. He won the world title in WWF in '99. People went absolutely crazy. And nowadays, like he worked with Cody really well a while back. You remember they had that table match?
Yeah,
where
that was a
he
great
stepped through the
match. His
I
face.
love that finish. That is one of my favorite things ever. He steps down and steps through the table, technically losing the match.
And it's just his facial motion.
Yeah, he was like, "Who, me? Yeah, you did
That
it."
wasn't me. What are you talking about?
That was.
He
I
was
love
Captain
that.
Insano.
It was Captain Insano. Oh, the water boy. All right, let's wrap it up. We're starting to go off onto all kinds of crazy tangents. It is 8:04.
Sines, cosines, tangents.
All right, Eric. Final thoughts. This is our 1-year anniversary show in Country Music Jamboree. So, if
Yes.
you'd like to leave any final thoughts before
Yeah, we did it.
we made it.
We did it. We're here a year. It's been great. I wish we would have gotten together like a little compilation of all our stuff. That would have been cool.
That would have been
Oh, jeez.
next year.
Listening to hours of tape to try and figure that out. Yeah.
I will do that for next year. I will put the most random.
I don't doubt it.
Off topic. It's like it will be the. What do you guys do? It's wrestling talk. That was in wrestling talk.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not really we're a wrestling show, but God, we kind of stray a lot.
Yeah, we definitely do. But no, it's Tag Me a Date is free. Sign up. Make wrestling night your date night. More events to come. We're working on trying to hopefully get to WrestleCon around WrestleMania weekend. We're not sure, but that would be great. We got some events in 2016 to look forward to.
Yes.
And Tag me a date. Tag me a date.
You can put anything into that clap.
Right.
Beautiful.
Also, I want to give a special shout out to Jasmine St. Clair
Yes.
for all her help, support, the video, everything. We appreciate it, and we plan on doing more with her in the future.
Oh yeah.
So we're excited about that. And yeah, tagmeadate.com.
Sweet. Ryan, how about you, man?
Oh, I'm excited to be on the podcast, and hopefully we'll be here next year celebrating 2 years.
That would be nice.
And I'll have that promo video for us.
There you go.
From
That's
humble beginnings.
exactly.
We need to have some really modest theme song in the background.
There you go. Modest theme song. No, we can't pay any royalties for it.
Oh, who said anything about royalties?
Exactly.
And we'll never pay royalties.
Oh. Hey, Richard, this is your dad. How about them Royals? Oh man. All right. So, Steve, I guess you said your little bit about Jasmine. Anything else you want to say before we close out tonight?
No, I'm good. Just come back next week.
Excellent. Yes, every week we are here, tagmeadate.com. If you go to youtube.com and search Tag Me a Date, that's all one word, tagmeadate.com. Or rather, Tag Me a Date, all one word, in the YouTube search box. You'll find our Facebook page or our YouTube page with all of our archives. You can see our upcoming scheduled show for the week. General rule of thumb, though, Eastern Time, 7 p.m. every Tuesday, unless somebody's like sick or dead or something. Yeah, it has been a wild ride. It's been a year, and yeah, like Ryan said, hopefully we're here next year. Hopefully we can get back some of our buddies like Hector. Maybe we can get Stu into the 21st
Big
century with some
reunion
new technology.
And some extra special guests. Would love it.
And yes, absolutely. I feel like, I can't wait
It's
to
been a
hear.
while.
I can't wait to hear Steve and Stacy on the 69-minute eargasm, and then I can't wait until until we get Gertner on the show, because I like Gertner and all these other guys. I would love to get Cornette.
Yeah.
I told my girlfriend
He would shoot on everyone, and it would be awesome.
I told my girlfriend you might have to do the Vince Russo show without me, depending on the kind of things he might say during that show. Because I could go absolutely crazy on
It
that
would
guy.
be
for certain
entertaining.
things. It would be
Then
really.
we might not have a show anymore.
Right. No, I think we might have the most popular show.
Yeah, I don't know.
Either
There's
way.
Either way.
Vinny
Well,
Roo is very he's kind of you love him or you hate him. But
and listen, I can't fault him because he did a lot of great stuff. But then he
went crazy.
He got to WCW, and him and Ed Ferrara made fun of JR's fucking Bell's palsy, and then they put every fucking match on a pole, and then they beat WCW into the ground.
Like Viagra or whatever.
Right?
Viagra.
I got an idea. Why don't we put Judy Bagwell on a pole? Oh,
No, that's
come on, man.
And
Yes,
why
he
don't
was
you
Andrew Dice Clay. He's channeling Andrew Dice Clay.
why don't you put the Viagra on a pole?
But why? Why would you put a 70-year-old woman on a pole? Why would you make a 70-year-old woman the World Tag Team Champion?
Yes.
I'm
was
just
her and Rick
saying,
Steiner?
this is what they say on the street.
Bro, listen, I gotta tell you, your mom is pretty popular. No, bro. All right, we should probably wrap up because I can spend another 15 minutes busting up Vince.
Before we get shut down by Vinny Roo.
Okay, bro, just hear me out, bro. It's everything is bro. Anyway,
Yeah.
we're gonna Bro. All right, guys.
All right,
Thank you
bro.
for tuning in. It has been a wild year. Expect more wild and craziness in the next year. Tag Me a Date just got 200 subscriptions over the weekend, which means that you are falling behind if you have not signed up yet. So please check out tagmedate.com. I will play one of these wonderful commercials by Hartzell. We'll see what happens, because one of them I said said it was a new year, so I have to wait like a month to play that one. But it comes around again, which is wonderful.
Guys, it's finally here. Our first ever online dating service for wrestling fans. My name is Hartzell. I'm a radio DJ here in Kansas City, Missouri. But hey, don't take my word for it. Sign up today. Tagmeadate.com. Your first month's free. Why not give it a shot? Tagmeadate.com.